We lost our minds in the darkness of night. We live to die. We lose our souls every day. We lost our minds. We don't remember what's wrong and what's right. The world is dead but we stay. 'Cause we are born as living fights. We live to die. We live to die. Surrounded by the night, we live to die. We are shadows in the neon light. We are shadows in the neon light. We are just shadows. It's supposed to be that we die. It doesn't matter if there is no light anymore, no light anymore. 'Cause we are born as living fights. We live to die. We live to die. And we surrounded by the night. We live to die. We are shadows in the neon light. We are shadows in the neon light. They all thought I wouldn't make it. They all think that you're faking, but seeing ain't believing. I know now. I take all your stupid, burn it as my fuel, yeah. 'Cause we're running out of time, so I'm gonna make it mine.
The chosen one, I'm not the one to underestimate. I want the throne, I learned to crush obstruction, rush through barricades, levitate. Got it tatted on me, told them follow me. They see the vision, now it's 2020, clear as towel laces, clear as day. No longer move around in fear, disarray. Pray you hear me like the winter wind against your window pane. Feel the bass, baby, soak it in and let it marinate. It's time to hustle, gotta muscle up and run through barricades, yeah. Obstruction, rush through barricades, levitate. Got it tatted on me, told them follow me. They see the vision, now it's 2020, clear as towel laces, clear as day. No longer move around in fear, disarray. Pray you hear me like the winter wind against your window pane. Feel the bass, baby, soak it in and let it marinate. It's time to hustle, gotta muscle up and run through barricades, yeah.
I got their opinions, and I got mine.
Go! Go!
Panasonic.
Go!
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Yuvin Community Cup Season 2, powered by Creative Peripherals, sponsored by Cooler Master India, and brought to you by Yuvin Esports. I am Misery Signals, and joined by me will be my good friend and co-caster, Agony. How are you feeling today, Agony?
I'm feeling really good. I would like to say a few words before I could say anything else, but I would take this moment to appreciate the sponsors for helping us set up this whole tournament. The Yuvin Community Cup Season 1 only focused on PUBG, but this season the stakes get higher, the prize pool gets bigger, and we have more games. Without further ado, I would just like to give a quick shout out again to our sponsors, Creative Peripherals, Cooler Master, and Yuvin Esports for giving us this opportunity. But as you can see, we have the draft right in front of us, and I would quickly like to dive right into it.
Yeah, we have the first draft, and day one of the playoffs. It's gonna be between Sleepy Boys and Zealous Gaming. Sleepy Boys and Zealous Gaming, of course, we saw with them in the qualifier number one. These were the two teams that made it from the first qualifier to the main event. So they haven't faced against each other. Of course, the players must be knowing each other, and they have seen their play styles and games. So let's see what they have to pick. What do you think about the Chen pick? You know, like we often don't see a lot of Indian teams run Chen, but we know that No Chance has been a pretty good a veteran Chen player amongst
Yeah.
the in the Indian scene. So I'm pretty
As
excited
far
for his.
as far as I can remember, No Chance used to play a pretty sick Meepo, so I'm pretty sure those micro skills are going to transfer very well over onto the Chen.
Yeah,
And
I would also like
one more
to.
thing to, yeah,
Yeah, I have seen Krish, the mid player. I mean, his name is Moon in game. I have seen him pull out the mid Chen. I don't know if this is the game for it, being be a BO1 and the round one of the main event. If they want to do that, but let's see. You know, that's always a possibility. That's always something that you can always go for.
but that is something I really like about the Chen pick because in previous metas it was used purely as a support, but thanks to 33 and Alliance making it as an offlane hero, core Chen could also be pretty strong.
Yeah, and as I don't know if you guys can hear it in game. I'm just gonna unmute myself in. Yeah. Okay. So as I was saying, the chat wheels are here, the voice lines are here, and
Okay.
and we see a lot of things going on. I think you can hear me in game, right? Wait, I'm just gonna go through my audio settings.
Oh, lone druid.
Okay, I'm just gonna remove myself from the thing. Let's just do it on stream, okay? So we see a lone druid pick coming out from Zealous Gaming. I'm gonna just mute yourself in open mic. We'll just use in game, on stream.
You better pick your hero. 5 seconds.
What do you feel about the reserve time being used by Zealous Gaming?
Oh yeah, they have dived deep into the reserve time. They have 6 seconds. They have the last pick, so they have an edge. So they don't need much time. They can see the matchup. But let's see what do they do. We see a Timbersaw being pulled out against the Lone Druid. It's pretty good against the bear, and plus they have penitence from the Chen that can help to focus the bear down. So I guess it's okay. I like the Timbersaw build, considering the fact that Legion, Ogre, and Lone Druid are only based on physical damage. Anyway, it's a very annoying hero to play against, right?
But it is a hero that you don't see very often picked up. It's some sort of a niche pick. And
Yeah.
I would really like to see how they plan to complement it with their last pick.
Uh, 10 seconds to pick your hero, you moron.
I mean, second picking the Ursa, I mean, do you think the hero is in a place where, you know, you can pick it early
Yeah.
and it still goes uncontested, or like is it that strong in the meta? Do you think so?
I think so. I would say it's like TA back in TI9, that people weren't afraid of like second picking a TA, even though you can pretty much easily counter her in lane.
And what has been the win rate and the trends that we have seen with Ursa in this meta?
Oh, Ursa is fifth most picked hero as per Immortal rank, and he has a positive win rate of over 52%. That's why I'm very confident in the ability of the hero to be picked early on into a draft. Given the ability of itemizing on an Ursa, you can always go for a Battle Fury, seek your late game farm, or you can just rush a Basher, Diffusal, SNY to go a pure status resistance build.
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing against a lone druid, the status resistance is always going to be very helpful. As the root is not a stun, you can always ult out of the root, but you know, you wouldn't want to do that. You would want to save your ult for better things. Maybe, you know, just before the duel comes off, or something like that. Let's see what
Maybe
Squirtle Squad or Sleepy Boys are gonna go for.
they spent a lot of reserve time thinking about their last ban.
They ban the Bad Rider. I think that's a very good ban, considering the fact that it counters both the Ursa and the Timbersaw. And maybe it could be played against the mid hero that they were gonna pick.
And also they have a lack of saves on the side of the Radiant.
Yeah, I mean, Chen in itself cannot be called as a saving hero. You know, it
He's
does
a
not
healer.
allow. Yeah, it's a healer.
Yeah.
It does not allow you any dispel. Whereas the Dire have LC Legion.
LC.
Yeah.
Again, I'm really intrigued about the last pick coming in from Squirtle Squad, because as of now the draft doesn't seem to have.
They seem to be lacking some kind of synergy. They have good lane setup as far as I see. Chen and Ursa a pretty strong lane. Rubik and Timbersaw, you know, they're gonna just push the wave out and force the carry to farm under the tower. They go for a Kanka. You know, I think this kind of like rounds up their draft with a lot of team fighting plus
crowd control.
Yeah, plus some CC. It's always good to have the rum boat on your side.
And
let's see.
hands on Kunka just makes a team fight unplayable for the opponent team.
Yeah, that's something that we have not seen very often in the competitive scene, but in our pubs, it's something that we have to watch out for.
Ooh.
Let me see a Slark being picked up. Okay, okay, so they want to put the lone druid in the mid lane and they want to put Slug in the safe lane. Okay, if you see the two drafts, who would you favor comes out on top of the drafting stage?
I think personally, the Dire have an easier draft to execute,
Yeah, even I
and
would agree
and
to that.
and the and the Radiant, according to me, would have to place almost a perfect game because I don't think they transition into objectives that well
Yeah, they
as compared to the Dire.
yeah, they don't have like tower pushers except the Chen. It can mow down towers with its summons and its creeps.
But on the other hand, you have LC
Oh
alone
yeah,
druid.
they have a lot of wave clear. They have the Lina also, right? If this Lina is
Yeah,
able to get some kind of farm in the off lane with the LC, you know, if they can capitalize on that lane and get some early items, it's going to be pretty dreadful for Radiant.
plus, I would also like to mention they have a lot of lockdown for the Timber Saw. So the Timber Chain is not going to be as effective in making the Timber Saw as mobile as he could.
So that
Oh, that's a 3 on 10 for coordination from
yeah,
me.
I mean, I think they're a little worried about the slug pick. They didn't see it coming, or did they see it coming, and they were like, they're gonna, you know, they're gonna deal with it. They're like, we don't care. We're gonna deal with the lane. It's gonna be a hard match for
But
them.
it's a, but I would like to say a Timber Saw versus a Slug matchup can go. I would say it goes easily towards the Timber Saw, but
And okay, let's see. Let's just go through the introductions on the side of Radiant. We have Blizzard, uh, Blizzard playing the Ursha. We have No Chance playing the position for Rubik. We have Negi on the Timbersaw offlane, Moon on the mid Kanka, and Parasite on the Chen. So we were talking about the Moon Chen. Sadly, we don't get to see that. We got to see some conventional Dota. We got to see a position 5 Chen. Let's head over to the Dire side, and we have Blaster playing the LC. We have Slug being played by Madness, the Lina being played by IMSK. I'm sorry if I don't know your names properly. And Suski Poa. Am I saying that right?
I hope so.
Is it some kind of anime that I don't watch? I mean, you have to be the anime expert in between us.
I really don't watch that much anime, so I don't think I'm an expert to help you out there.
And no kawaii Dota here. I'm sorry, guys.
Yep.
And we have Lycan Zero playing the position 5 Ogre. We see an early smoke come out from them. They probably want to scout out some wards, scout out some lanes, and see how do they want to lane this.
Ooh.
And we see.
I
I love
like
this.
the voice lines being used before the
Yeah.
game.
I mean, the boys are just
Just
having
adds-
fun.
yeah,
They know
fun.
that it's a BO1. You gotta get into the opponent's mind.
And there are no eliminations happening today, so that is also a factor that they all know this safe. I think we're having some issues with the lag pauses coming in. So who do you think personally is going to win this match? I know we've spoken about who has the better draft or like the easier to execute draft, but who do you personally think is going to win the game?
I think based on skill, I'm going to have to side with the Radiant. They just have, like veteran Dota 2 players. We have Blizzard being one of the best carry players in the scene in Dota for the Indian scene at least, and No Chance has been one of the better captains in the Indian scene. So I think they have some stats up their sleeve. They were not too afraid about the slug because they chose to ban the bat, right? So I think they can deal with it. They're at least confident about it. We can see the chat lines coming out from them. So probably yeah, I'm gonna favor them. Even though I like Dire's draft a little more.
Oh, and here we can already see a small skirmish breaking out over the top bounty rune. As neither of the sides are willing to concede it. Just a little bit of poking and prodding coming out of either side. The Rubik just trying to lay in some damage on purely melee lane coming out of from the Dire.
But just it's just giving away stacks to the
That's true.
slug, right?
That's
You
true.
you you're, ne you're never getting that rune.
Yeah.
And we see the lone
Oh,
druid
and the
steals the rune.
he's,
That was a very heads up play by him.
See you later.
so it's a 3-for-1 trade at the start of the game.
Yeah, and we
But I,
also
I, I really want to see how this mid lane goes, to be honest.
I think it's gonna be a like a trade in terms of farm. He's just gonna farm with his Tidebringer. He's gonna resummon the bear when it gets low. It can always TP back to lane.
But the thing is, usually if a Kunkka goes mid, the Tidebringer can lane out the hero. But with the Lone Druid, it's the bear tanking the damage.
Well, yeah, we'll have to see how well can Moon deal with the bear. The bottom lane is gonna be where I'm gonna be sticking to because I know LC plus Lina is always a kill threat. If you get the LSA off and if the Chen is a little bit out of the position, he's just gonna fall. He's carrying a Blightstone with him, which I really personally like because it just allows you to farm a little faster when you reach level 3 and you can have 2 creeps with your Holy Persuasion. In top lane, going
At the same
against
time, I think No Chance might pay with his life here
oh yeah, he seems
because
to be a tad too bit
he's been.
forward.
Yeah, and I think the Ogre is going to put in some body blocks, and with the stun coming off in 8 seconds,
He has
ooh,
boots. He seems to be fine. I mean, the level 1 timber chain allows the timber to get away, so and allows him to get some CS also, right? So I think they just wanna get some levels, and then he's gonna go behind the tower and tank the creep wave, and then that'll give No Chance some ability to move around. But I'm not sure which lane is he gonna go to. You really don't want to go to the mid lane because killing a lone druid is not easy without a proper rune. Same time, we see the Arsha falling a little low. This is the power of a Lina, right? We see the Lina just keep pummeling into the opponent carry and just puts you low enough. You don't want to stand in that lane.
meanwhile in the mid lane, Moon is dominating the Lone Druid. He's 11 for 2, whereas the LD is just 5 for nothing.
Picks up the bracer for himself, so and some additional damage plus magic resistance. Pretty sure that's not gonna help too much.
Oh, he's already been forced to use the resummon.
I think he wouldn't be too sad about it because
So,
the bear is gonna level up soon and he's gonna be fine.
meanwhile, you can just see the Dire up trying to make Ursa's game as hard as they can, not gonna give him any form of secure farm.
I'm still seeing that the Timbersaw is fine in his lane. I mean, like the slug wants to dominate that lane. He wants to zone the timber out, but I think No Chance is doing a good job of keeping the wave pushed in so that the slug doesn't want to lose out on the XP, doesn't want to lose out on the CS. We see a boss.
Pause again.
Yeah, I think.
Well, I think they're having some sort of.
Yeah, with all the
Lag, I
rains in India, it's not
Yeah.
a surprise that this is happening.
Yeah.
Okay, so who do you think is gonna give away first blood here?
I honestly feel the potential is highest in the bottom lane just because of the constant damage the Lina and the LC are giving into the Ursa.
Yeah, we see
He's
that
down
the
just one tango, by the way.
yeah,
And
and
that is with a Chen in your lane.
I mean, but the thing with the Chen lineup is always that you can always TP back and being
That's true.
pulled in by the
We
divine
recall.
favor. Yeah, I'm looking at the CS chart and I see that the LC is doing pretty well against this lane. She seems to be she's not even used much of her tangos actually.
Apart from the Kunkka, I think the other two are kind of slightly getting more harassed. We see some things coming out.
One thing I would like to see from No Chance is that I would want him to move towards the rune at like the 3.5 4 minute power rune. If he can secure it for Moon, I think that's gonna be a game changer, because if he gets a favorable rune like a haste rune, he can go in bottom lane and probably get a kill. That might help Blizzard out, or for the same matter, it might just go. He can go top and try to get a kill on the ogre, allowing Negi to have a little better lane. I mean, when you're playing an Indian tournament, you know there are gonna be a lot of pauses, so you gotta keep yourself mentally prepared for that, right?
That's true. That's true. But as you see, all across all three lanes, there's just even trade going on between all the cores. They're just farming. No real kill potential or threat coming out. Just a little bit of poking and prodding, just to ensure every core gets a little bit of farm onto themselves.
Yeah, both the teams are playing pretty safe. They know that this is a BO1, and if you lose this, you're gonna get knocked down to the lower bracket. No one wants to be taking the, risk of that. They're gonna play textbook Dota, and they're just gonna wait for the item timings and the levels.
But the mid lane is not going well for the lone druid.
And we see that the Slark is falling low, and he's gonna fall. Oh,
First blood coming in by no chance.
I mean,
I did not expect that.
yeah, sometimes this is what happens. You are expecting the Timber to go 2 points in the reactive armor, and he's just gonna tank up, but he knows, right? He doesn't want the Slark to hit him in his face, so he very smartly picks up the Timber Chain, pure damage, does more damage to Slark, and I think this is something that he did not expect. Good start for Negi. He picks up his Soul Ring, so he's gonna be fine. And the first rune being picked up by Lone Druid. I mean, Illusion Rune in this lane is not that good, because the Tidebringer can always clear the illusions.
Clear them off. Yep.
In terms of other lane, Parasite is content by pulling the wave and just farming. He knows that there's not much that he can do to contest the Lina and the LC. So he's just gonna pull every time he can. I would love to see them block the camp, not letting them farm.
But the Dire are forcing a lot of vision out of the Ursa. So
yeah, and as we see the runes are coming up, we see Parasite already positioned himself on top of the rune. Will not be able to pick it.
Good electric coming from the Lina.
And yeah, the courier is fine, dude. With the changes to courier and like it giving so much gold, it's you have to be careful about it.
If you kill one, it's just like getting a bounty ring, to be honest.
Yeah,
with the whole team. Again, they're diving in deep on the Slark, bringing him low. This lane is getting harder with every passing moment for the Dire, because to begin with, they're both melee.
Yeah, and it's a little weird to not see a whirling death, as we say that we miss a kill on the Lina. The Titos have begun, guys. Day 1 and we already have Titos. So yeah, I think this is what they were waiting for, Sleepy Boys, they know that Ursa gets a few levels. He is level 3 Aftershock. There's no way the Lina is gonna escape. Even though not having like pretty good creeps, Parasite manages to assist Blizzard in getting the kill.
I would like to point out Parasite has the Kobold Foreman with his extra movement speed. That is gonna help the Ursa after the Earthshock lands regardless.
Yeah, it's a cute little creep holding a cup,
Oh,
yeah. I mean, we see the lanes that they were hoping for, the Dire, is not going that way. I think this is just something that comes with skill, and Sleepy Boys they know their lanes. They have done pretty well. We see Moon has over 60 creeps in 6.5 minutes, and he already has some stacks that he's clearing right now.
I think this Kunkka is just gonna snowball out of control this game.
Yeah, I would love to see some rotation come out, but killing a Kunkka is not very easy. Even though they will need more than one hero. Lina itself alone cannot be doing so much, and the ogre does not want to leave Slark alone, right?
He uses the X and the boat onto the LD, and he forced out the true form out of the LD. But again, it was just trading ultis, so both of them can just farm more.
Yeah, what do you think about the changes to Lone Druid? No, do you?
Oh, I think the true form giving 500 bonus HP regardless is just broken. Like
Yeah,
even
and
if you have even if you've been clipped by AA's ultimate and you press R, you're just gonna get the 500
just
HP
look
they're
at
gonna
Negi,
give
dude.
you.
He's bullying them out of the lane. I mean, picking a last pick Slark and then getting bullied in your own lane. I'm pretty sure they're not very happy right now.
But
He
to be
might just.
honest, I don't think the Slark really does that well against Timbersaw anyway.
I mean, but they saw the pick. They knew that this
That
is how they want to lane. They had a lone druid.
see,
Oh, he
again at
almost
level
falls.
6, he's just gonna try and kill him. I think he's dead.
Oh,
Yep, again.
Negi gets on top
Negi is
of
just
him.
playing on fleek right now.
Yeah,
Every decision, everything he's doing is flawless, and that is what is owning him those kills on the slug.
yeah. I would
And
like.
as an ogre, I don't think I'd be too safe right now. I don't feel too safe under that tower.
On bottom lane, we see they're going for the Lina. He's being
I
dive
think
dove
he's
under the
dead,
tower. Yeah,
and he
he's
has
dead.
an entrance, so he's just gonna run away.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope Blizzard TP's back and then he can get called in. But I think they're just saving it for some other lane, perhaps. You know, this is sometimes this is what happens. You're so
Oh, he's gonna go in again. I think. Oh,
Blaster. Oh no, Blaster has his dispel. Meanwhile,
but
see,
damn,
Moon has picked up a
nine.
Invis rune.
Look at his CS. He's just dominating the mid lane.
I mean, he's gonna have an omelet in like 11 minutes, 10 minutes perhaps, and then I don't see this support being alive in team fights for long. If he gets hit by one Tidebrinker, he's gonna die. And we see that Blizzard
And
TP'd back to base. He's finally
and
doing what I really wanted him to do for a long time.
the Slark has been forced to shift between jungle because the Timbersaw is just bullying him out of the lane. Look at him, he's
Yeah,
just
he's
diving,
just
just being
chasing
as
him.
annoying as he can so that he doesn't get any farm.
This is his mind games, man. He's like, I don't want creeps. I just want to chase you. I really
Oh,
don't
look at
care.
him, he's just running
Dude,
down the Slark
is he
and
gonna
he's gonna
die?
get the. Nah.
Dude, I would love to see some rotation come out right now. I mean, he has some stacks, but Negi has to be
Look,
careful. I see a lot of pings come out. While this is happening, the Dire have taken the
I think
outpost.
yeah. And
So
Elsie registers her first duel win as she gets the kill on the Chen.
yeah, a good rotation coming out from the LD, securing the outpost and securing the kill and the LC duel. That was pretty well done by them. Like they need these small things to come back because the Slug is not having fun in this game. He's being bullied out of his lane, and their
You see even
team fight wise also they don't look that good, right?
even though they had the easier draft to execute just because of the bad laning phase, I think it's gonna make the game much harder.
I mean, do you want to call it a bad laning phase? Because
I
like
mean,
he
the
was
Slock has
as
37 CS compared to Ursa's 51, so
and we see a boat come out in the mid lane. They're gonna try to go on the lone raid, but we have TP supports coming in, pushing them away. I mean, they force out the support, right? And Negi is back to his shenanigans. He just wants to put the Slug out of his out of the lane.
this is I just feel like the Slock's just so done right now. Just
Yeah.
being hounded by a Timbersaw everywhere he goes.
Oh, they pick up the tree. Was that the?
Yeah, that was no, the creeps killed it. So
Oh,
it
dude.
was the Dyers.
Dude, I think if he would have, if Negi would have picked that up, I think
It would have,
it would have been pretty bad. We see a lot of heroes coming up on top lane. Maybe Negi has overextended, but he still does a lot of damage. The Slug has to be really careful.
And I like how he uses the whirling chain to just create a barrier and then he safely runs away.
Yeah, and the Dire no. Chen has Hand of God. It is pretty hard to go on a Timber. He is regioning up.
There you go. I think Negi's gonna die
Yeah,
here.
Negi
A little,
dies.
a slight overcommittal there, I would say.
Yeah, I mean sometimes when
Even
you're feeling like a raid boss, you don't want to stop, right?
yeah, I think he just undermined the chain stun capacity of the Dire there with the Ogre and the Lina being present there, and with the leash, he can't run away. So the land that's LSA is gonna land.
Yeah, let's talk about items. And I see that Negi has a hood lined up. I mean, do you think the Dire pose a very high amount of magic damage that he needs to pick this up? I just see the
At the end of the day, they have a Laguna Blade, they have an Ogre Magi. And if you're grouping up and pushing with a Chen, LC's overwhelming, not overwhelming, but the Q is gonna hurt.
and Negi just runs him down, you know. I mean, we're gonna see this a lot of time. Negi is just gonna be in their faces, killing them off. We see a smoke come out from the Dire. We have Lina and LC. They're looking for another win. They have the Laguna Blade up.
The LC has the Mask of Madness though. This is a huge power spike for the Bear.
This wall is gonna prevent them from going there, you know. Going on the
Oh
Chen.
my! I think this. They're also going on the Slark at the same time. He's been forced to prop his ultimate as he's running away.
I'm looking at the
But
duel
he's
in
all
mid
on his
lane.
tail, and they've gotten the Slark again.
I'm looking at mid lane. Moon and the Chen die. The Chen creep is mowing down the Lina. Is he gonna fall? I think he's gonna be fine.
No, it's fine, yeah.
I mean, there's
I think-
some kind of misplay from the Chen. I saw him use the Divine Favor on himself. It just brought the creeps from like 50 units away from himself. I don't know why he did that. Maybe it might be a misclick.
And also the fact that he had Hand of God up, that he got dueled. So
Yeah. No, actually the Kanka got dueled. He couldn't finish the duel,
Oh.
and the Lone Red Bear just mowed the Chen down. We see that
But
the
I
else...
really like how Negi is just trying to be a constant thorn in the side of the Dire, just getting attention to him, freeing up the space for Blizzard and for Moon to farm.
what do you think about the pickup of the Javelin on the Lone Druid? I mean, don't you want to rush your Desolator against these heroes such as Chen and Rubik? I mean, if the Rubik gets caught out, he dies. Chen gets caught out, he dies, right?
I think he's going for the Maelstrom to just give a little bit of magic damage with that attack speed with the Mask of Madness, and it's gonna help at least negate the reactive armor a little bit, because every proc is additional magic damage going through it.
We see that the Radiant is focused on taking the mid tower. This gives some kind of space to Slug. As I say that, we see Blizzard is on top of him. He gets ahead of the Slug, allowing him.
Not having a good game.
He doesn't have a TP. Is he gonna
I
just
think he's
fall
gonna.
here?
I think he's gonna die. I think he's
Oh,
gonna die to
this-
the earth. One more earth shock and he's dead.
This
This
that
game
was
is
not. Yeah, he's not
Yeah,
happy
he-
right now because he's like,
He's 0-4 and he has 67 last hits.
yeah. I would love to see the Dire make a rotation towards the bottom lane, and they try to push the bottom lane in, trying to make some space for the Slug. But we see a duel come on no chance. He's gonna fall, and another victory for our LC.
Sabri, do you feel they are kind of sacrificing their Slav because to buff up their Lone Druid?
I think you would rather have your Slug be a little more fat, right? Because it's a snowbally kind of hero, right? If you are able to get some stacks, you take another fight in like 20-30 seconds, you know, he's gonna be killing everyone. He's gonna be just cleaning everyone up. And we see that Negi is going for the Talisman of Evasion, wants to pick up the
They're
Halberd.
going for the Slark again. Oh my! This game is just it's tough to watch
Yeah.
from Slug's perspective right now. To be honest, it is a hard game for the Slug.
Yeah, I mean, they just see where he's going and they just TP there and they just kill him. We see a Sanj being picked up by the Kanka as well. Having the Halberd against the Lone Druid is pretty useful, because if you disarm the bear, he's just standing right at you with his Mask of Madness on, right? He's just gonna fall.
They're not gonna do it.
Yeah. It seems like they want to go on the Lone Druid. Lone Druid has his ulti and he has a lot of support.
And he has
Negi
no
is
support.
dived again. Hand of
I
God
think
comes
that
out.
was But
Oh,
I
he
think he
gets-
has overextended a little bit. But with the board, a good team fight coming out. For the Radiant, the Ogre pays for it with his life. Are they gonna claim they claim the bear too, with the gold going to the Timbersaw? But luckily for the Lone Druid, he still has his he can summon a bear, and he does so.
Yeah, I really like
But
the Ogre Frost Mage being picked up by Para. That extra amount of ice armor allowed him to survive. And we see Moon TPing top. X marks the LC.
immediately X-marking boating, and now
Yeah,
they have
he's gonna
TP
fall.
coming. He's gonna die, I think. Yep. Good TP coming in from Moon.
And straight away we see the Radiant moving into the Roshan. I think it just becomes easier to take Roshan with a Chen on your side with all the creeps. Yeah, I saw Alliance. I think I saw Easy do it in 12 minutes. They took Rosh with a Queen of Pain and a Chen, but they had Penitence leveled up. I guess different players going for different
Yeah.
builds. I mean, 18 minutes, 8k lead for the Radiant, not looking too good. We see the Vision game also. I mean, they
Even
have 3 wards in their jungle, right? They see where they are going to farm, and if they don't see the Slug farming in the bottom lane, they know that
Titun
he's
is
in
gone
the.
on Spark again.
Oh, Slug is
And
dead.
he's
Oh, is this going to be a turnaround?
no.
In,
I
in the
think he's
top
gonna just run away.
in the top lane, we see another engagement happening. The duel is won by the LC, but Moon is here to clean up. And Negi is just standing his ground. He's taking kills by kill. LC is gonna
Another
get
X
away.
mark.
Yeah, okay. So Blizzard doesn't lose his Aegis. He enrages out of it. So all in all, I think that's pretty favorable for the Radiant, losing only a Chen for the Ogre.
And the
And
Lina.
yeah,
But at the same time, you did give away dual damage to the LC.
okay. I want to ask you this. You see this mango tree in the Radiant triangle?
Radiant Triangle?
I mean the
Radiant or Dire
dire triangle. My bad. My
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, I see it.
do you like the position there, considering the fact that you are gonna lose that at some point of time, and you're gonna give away
mean,
the mango tree? I mean, I think
I
that's
really,
yes, you were saying?
I would like it in my base, to be honest, just to be a safe thing.
Yeah, I mean you're already losing. You're gonna lose that part of the map, right? And
I mean, I think it's safe to say that after the tier 2, I think they're gonna push towards the tier 2 now.
yeah, the Slug has picked
That's
up his diffusal blade, and we saw that he was being
So
a little.
Blizzard is going on to the LCs, bringing him down pretty low. Good jukes coming in from Blaster, but
Choreo.
Blizzard using his courier to scout him out. I think he's gonna TP out in the time.
Uh,
He
good
does.
play, good play.
Good play coming out from both sides there, though. I really like the jukes coming in from the LC as well as the instant decision for the Ursa to use the courier to scout him out in the trees.
Looking at items of Lina, he still hasn't picked up any of the items. He's still waiting for a Void Stone for his Yules. And we see an engagement breaking on Negi. He gets stunned. He's gonna get chain locked and he's gonna die.
I think Negi dies there.
Yeah, and one good thing out of that fact is Slug gets his first perma agility, right? It's a little bit odd seeing the first thing coming at 8 minutes, but I think it's gonna be fine. Ogre is gonna get away. They still have the ages. They don't really want to take a fight against an Ursa and the Kanka with a DD.
I think the EXP lead on the Kunkka is the dominating factor in these fights right now. Wherever he shows up, the Dire can't take that fight.
One more thing I would like to point out is the on being picked up by the Ogre. I mean, I don't see a way where he picks up a vessel, right? And a vessel in this game is so important. You're playing against a Kanka, you're playing against a Timber, you're playing against.
Ursa.
Yeah, I think I said that right. So yeah, letting him make the vessel. I don't know if he's gonna get it in time.
I like the smiley face being drawn on the minimap by Negi.
And we see the ogre is gonna die. He seems pretty stubborn to go ahead and deward this cliff. And I think I've seen this like 3 times now. He's been trying to go up high ground and try to deward it, but he has been unsuccessful. He has died a couple of times due to the same fact. Radiant is just gonna stick up with all the zoo and the Aegis being picked up.
In the meantime, Slark, I think, is going to claim the bottom tier 1.
That's the first tower going towards Dire. That's what you need. I mean, when you're playing heroes like Lina and Earthshaker, you're relying on these tower gold, right? You want your team to go down and take towers. You have you have an ogre, you have a lone druid, right? I would have loved to see some rotations coming out from the lone druid early in the game, trying to take the tower, forcing them to go away from the slug. Initiating the bear.
The Ursa jumps in, pops and rage right on time. The stage's resistance making all the disables.
And we see a good
Oh,
stun
good
come out.
center storm coming in from Parasite. Good setup. Oh, the lone druid walked into the board though.
Okay, that's one more win for the LC and another agility picked up for the slug, but the bear is gonna die. A resummon comes instantly.
I think the Ursa is gonna. I mean, not the Ursa, my bad. The Slav is gonna die there.
Slug falls. It doesn't look good. They still haven't claimed the Aegis on the Ursa. I think that's gonna be the end of the fight because they
And
won't.
true,
Oh yeah,
and true
Aegis.
form is ending on the LD.
Yeah, Aegis times out, and we see a tip come out on Parasite. Parasite with the clutch.
Stun. With
Clutch
that
stun.
center on the Slav.
Yeah,
That
even the
enables the Rubik to get the lift off and get the follow damage coming in from the Ursa.
even the Dark Soul Troll Summoner had locked down the slug, so that was a good micro coming out from
Parasite.
Parasite. Did pretty well, and we see a lot of lines being drawn on the minimap.
I just like how I liked how the Radiant I have identified how strong they are right now, their net worth lead, and they're just pushing and
Yeah.
taking objectives as fast as they can.
I mean, this is just textbook snowballing, right? They take the mid tower, they take a skirmish around that, and they head to Roshan. They take Roshan, and then they're just going from lane to lane, taking all the tier 2s.
I think they're just gonna slowly starve the Dire out of all the farm on the map.
Yeah, the Lone Druid has picked up an MKB, but I don't know how effective that's gonna be considering the fact that the Kanka already has the halberd. I mean, he has it, he had it for quite some time right now, and even Negi has one. So two halberds against a Slug and a Lone Druid. I'm pretty
I
sure.
don't think they are actually even gonna disarm the Slock at this point of time. I think
Yeah.
one is for the LC when she deals and the other is for the bear.
Yeah, I mean, considering the fact that Slug has only 2 permanent agility, it doesn't seem to be, like he doesn't seem to be a big problem at the moment.
Yeah.
For now, we see both the teams are just content in farming out waves, just pushing out waves. They want to go on the LC, but I think he's gonna get away.
Yeah. I think as soon as the Basher comes online on the Ursa, all of these subtle plays that the Dire are trying to make just to increase their map control
Yeah,
is gonna stop.
I should have switched to net worth a while back. I'm really sorry I didn't do that. Just spam noobcaster and noob broadcaster in chat, please.
Call JJ in chat, please.
I mean, 25 minutes gonna come up, runes are gonna come up, it's gonna be taken up all by the Radiant. Blizzard has positioned himself. He TP'd. I really love how Blizzard positioned himself, right? We saw that before the 15-minute rune, he TP'd top. He kills the Slug because the Slug doesn't have a TP. He forces the ult out, he takes the rune. 25-minute, he TP stop, he zones the LC out. He's gonna take the bounties, and they're not gonna allow Zealous Gaming to come back into the game anyhow, right? We see Negi pushing out the bottom wave. He's like right in front of their tier 3, killing all the creeps. We see No Chance and Moon are sticking near the mid lane. They're gonna push it out, and the top lane was one lane that was getting pushed, will be pushed back by Blizzard right now. So not allowing any kind of movement from the Dire. It just seems pretty grim right at this moment. High ground defense is only what they have.
But I don't think the high ground defense is that good though.
Yeah, but, I mean, like, you have a Lina, you can push out the waves, but I think Timber is.
Coming. I think the Timbersaw is just gonna position himself aggressively alongside the Ursa and just create this barrier that the Dire cannot penetrate when they're going high ground.
Yeah, and I mean, this is the experience, or like I would like to say skill, right? We see Para picking up the ice armor Frost Mage, right? That's giving 5 armor. We have the AC being picked up by the Moon. Okay, we have a fight coming out and a duel coming out. Oh, that was a stolen duel, right?
Stolen duel coming from the Rubik. Yep. He got an 18 stolen damage.
Gonna chase after the.
Oh, nice try on a blind LSA. Coming really close there though.
Yeah, the ogre
And
is
again,
also
I
gone.
think Ogre is gonna die here.
Yeah, so as I was talking about Moon picking up the Cuirass, that gives him 5 armor. Vlad's being picked up by the Para, that's gonna give 5 armor. So 15 armor just by items and the
All
Frost
out.
Mage. And we
Oh,
see.
is he gonna X mark him in time?
Oh,
Oh, he did.
oh, but he
Slight
gets the
hesitation
bear.
coming. But he gets the bear.
I think that's gonna be easy.
But at least he has a resummon up.
Yeah, but you.
I liked how Negi kept the chakram on the bear, so
Yeah,
that even if he rolled, he couldn't channel it back. He had to die there. He ensured the death of the bear.
yeah. Someone called Peter, man.
Uh,
Oh, the slug
bot lane
turns
frog, guys.
around. You're going against an Ursa with an SNY. He's not gonna get stunned for too long. And I think this is a high ground town. This is high ground
It
time.
is high ground. Slug is 0-8 right now with the boat coming in. It lands on the lone druid. Luckily, he's on true form in the back. On the back line, the Ursa jumps on the Lina. He's about to kill her.
The bear dies.
Is the
Yeah,
Is the ogre gonna? The ogre pays for it live. 2 people down. Oh, good torrent. He X's the druid again. They just want to keep hunting for kills at this point in time. They don't want to stop. A good LSA blocks out the aggression coming in, but Moon has no fear.
I mean, there's no resummon on the lone druid.
Yeah.
The slug has buyback, but he has no stacks. It just looks very grim for the Dire right now. Zealous Gaming, 16k lead. I don't see a way to come back into the game, right?
And I don't think without a bear they can actually do anything right now.
Yeah, I mean they couldn't do anything with the bear too. So we have the
No, I think
Moon lagged out, right?
Yeah. I thought so too.
Or is this just some BM by Moon? I mean,
if you think it is BM, please write tactical pause in chat.
yeah, we need some puppy faces in the chat.
Yep, we need some memes in chat, boys.
Okay, so what do you think Zealous Gaming should have done differently in this game?
Not last pick a slot into a Timberlane.
I mean, I think that was still fine, but I would have loved to seen some rotation come out. Means they saw the slug getting bullied from lane to lane, whichever lane he went to. They were the Radiant were following him, but we didn't see enough movement from the lone druid. Right? He should have taken the mid tower. Moon did a fantastic job of pushing out the wave and protecting his mid tower, and we see that only the tier 1 bottom has been lost by the Radiant. And if the lone druid is not getting your towers, he's not making map space for you.
You're slowly gonna just lose.
Yeah.
I would like to say, when you asked me what they could have done differently, I personally believe they could have picked a Wyvern instead of an Ogre to give themselves better lane. Because, to be honest, I feel the Ogre is the weakest link in that route because whatever lane he goes to, he's gonna suffer.
The Ogre was the third pick, right? If I'm not wrong? Yeah, it was a third pick.
The ogre is what seems a little. I don't know. I don't. Maybe they had a thought process behind that pick and it didn't work out.
Yeah, I mean, you're going against giants of Indian Dota, the No Chance stack and Blizzard, and I mean, these names are just okay. A boat comes out. He wanted to.
Just a buff, I guess.
Yeah, just a buff. And still no resummon for 30 seconds.
This is another set of racks that they're gonna claim.
Yeah, they just want to kill the creeps, but they're not gonna be able to do that. They already have creeps coming in the bottom lane. So yeah, BO1. They're gonna lose this match. They're gonna go down to the lower bracket. I mean, would you call Sleeping Squad one of the favorites to win the tournament? Considering the fact that they have been playing for quite some time around, they have been participating in a lot of Indian tournaments and online tournaments together with this stack.
I really do because of the sheer quality of players on the Radiant, they are a force to be reckoned with.
Okay, so we see a Hail Mary smoke coming out from the Dire. Let's see if they can catch even one hero. I don't see anyone going down on the side of.
Do you think this is a pick off, GG?
Yeah, I think they'll be
that
like.
happening in a lot of pubs right now. They just do one smoke, kill one guy, and then call GG.
They're gonna be like, we killed Para, we are happy. Slug is gonna jump in.
Oh, they're gonna break out a fight right in Roshan. Oh, and Stolen LSA from the Rubik gives the space for the Torrent setup into the board. It is a disaster coming in for the Dire right now. They're getting wiped. They're getting clean. They lose 2 cores. The X has been used on the lone Druid. Regardless of his true form, yeah, I don't think they're even gonna watch the whole fight. They
GG.
just tap out.
Yeah.
Good game, Squirtle scored, or the Sleepy Boys. An extremely well played game.
I mean, they did pretty well. They dominated all the lanes. They played around their Kanka. Kanka was having one hell of a lane. He had a lot of CS by the 10-minute mark. Takes the mid tower, takes Roshan, takes down all tier 2s, and they didn't let the Slug play his game. They just kept following him from lane to lane, not letting him farm. Oof, that was a rough start for Zealous Gaming.
My game crashed, so just give me a sec to see the scoreboard. Till then, if you could just walk us through the post-game analysis.
Yeah, 24-9 Squirtle scored, or Sleepy Boys did pretty well. We kind of hoped that Zealous would be doing a little better, giving us a more even match for the viewers and for us to cast. But I guess this is it for round 1. Good game, I guess.
I'd say a really good game played by Negi, especially. His domination in the top lane is what allowed them to snowball out of control.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Blizzard getting bullied at bottom lane, but he didn't die even once, right? He was getting bullied. Parasite was like, I don't care, dude, you're gonna get bullied. I'm just gonna keep pulling my lane. I'm just gonna do my thing. You know, you're gonna come online eventually, right? I think they should have done some kind of a similar strategy with Slug. Slug, on the other hand, wanted to get some kills, get some early stacks. Didn't work out for them. But it happens, you know, when you're going against such good players, it happens.
Plus, it's the first game of the day, you know, it's just the first game.
Okay, so we're gonna take a break, and we're gonna be back with the next game soon. So till then, see you guys. Next match gonna be coming up in soon.
Go. Go.
Panasonic.
Go! Go!
Panasonic. Go! Go! Panasonic. Go. Go. Panasonic. Go. Go. Panasonic. Go. Go. Panasonic. Go! Go! Panasonic. Go. Go. 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 Panasonic. Go. Go.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have a second match kicking off right now for day one of Yuvin Community Cup Season 2 between Ninja Titans versus Nile Esports. Ninja Titans, of course, coming from Pakistan, and Nile Esports is from Vietnam. Joining me will be my co-caster and my longtime friend, Agony. What's up, Agony?
I'm just looking forward to another brilliant game of Dota 2.
Okay, so yeah, we have the bans coming out. First ban by Nature's Prophet. Yeah, we saw a lot of Nature's Prophet picked up by.
I think it was all the teams in the open
Yeah,
qualifiers.
I think it was it's a pretty popular pick, and banning the Enigma on the side of Nile Esports. So I would like to talk about some players, right? Like we have Shizzy, who's drafting for Ninja Titans. He's a famous streamer. A lot of people know us. A lot of people in India know him as one of the mid laners who has been going against the ranks of Sumail and being at the top of his game. And we also have in Nile Esports, we have their carry player Zip Zap, who has been a very exciting prospect and a talent. So let's see how these matchups go on.
Looking at the ban phases, all of them are just very meta. Apart from the Enigma in the second phase, that is something I haven't really. Is it that high priority of ban according to you?
I mean, I think they would have done some kind of research. I think I'm pretty sure these players play against each other in matchmaking, so they know like what is the preference for the opponent teams. So and yeah,
Oh.
as you were talking, these are most of the meta pans, and you have the stats pulled up, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, like Bat Rider has been one of the most contested heroes. We saw it getting banned last game as the last ban, where that was I'm
So
forgetting the name.
the fun fact, Bat has always in the history of Dota 2 been a highly contested pick, but specifically in this meta, he is not among the top 20 picked heroes with a successful win rate though. He's often picked, but he has a negative win rate as far as concerned in pubs in the immortal rank.
That's pretty interesting. Let's see, what do they go for the first pick? They pick up an Earthshaker. Yeah, I mean, like,
That's a pretty safe opener, like
yeah, provides lockdown, provides some team fight. Um, but
most importantly, it denies the zoo.
oh yeah. It's a pretty good pick against the Zoo when they have Beastmasters, when they have your Enchantress or your Lycan. I think it's pretty good. You can always block the summons out, or you can just echo them.
A first pick Void Spirit. That is something that we don't see very often in this meta.
Yeah, I mean, he looks a little silly standing with like on his foot.
Why
I mean,
he's
like,
looking at
I mean, when this hero came, do you think it was broken? Like,
very. His
but not
magic
not
damage.
not as broken as Earth Spirit, right? Earth Spirit came with
No,
an AOE stun that used to fly like a fucking bullet. Pardon me for my language. And we see a Mirana being picked up by Nile Esports.
I think this is just to keep the draft as open as possible. You can play the Void Spirit as a support, as a core. The same goes for the Mirana.
Yeah, we have seen some core Miranas being pulled up by the likes of Team Secret and all, but of course they have a much more deeper understanding of the game and of the meta. So let's see if Nile can also match something of that sorts. Grimstroke, another safe pick, allow tons of team fight, tons of crowd control. But I think you would agree with me on this. The stats on Grimstroke in the bracket, immortal bracket, haven't been that good, right?
They
I-
really have not.
Yeah, I've seen it being picked up by teams and they have done pretty well, but in pubs, you need that kind of synergy when either when you're going in with your Inkswell or when you're going with Soulbind.
And usually, every time you see a Grimstroke being picked up in a competitive match, it's usually being paired with the Ricky right now.
Oh yeah,
So that is something they could do.
yeah.
Maybe they could go for
Plus
the Morphling.
Morphling. Yeah, I like Riki too. A pretty elusive hero against Void Spirit and Mirana. Can always dodge the arrow. Can always dodge the Aether
The only
Remnant.
reason I don't like the Morphling is if the Void Spirit is a core and he gets an Ags, he
Oh
can
yeah.
silence the Morph and prevent his shifting capabilities.
Okay, so as the new patch is gonna roll out in a couple of weeks, what are the big changes that you might be predicting?
First of all, ban Necro 3.
Oh yeah,
It is
that
too
that
broken.
yeah
right
that
now.
that
It
item
is
needs
too
to be
broken.
nerfed.
It is too broken right now.
Even for Necro 1, I think they need to increase their SP cost or something. I
No,
mean,
I think playing against Necro 1 and Necro 2 is still playable. It's when imagine you have a Lycan or a Beastmaster who just naked rushes a Necro 3 and there is nothing you can do to stop them.
yeah, man.
There is literally nothing you can do.
Being a
It's just a
position
straight
5, it's a nightmare. If
Yeah.
you walk into them by mistake, and Beastmaster offers so much vision with his hawk, it becomes pretty
That 15
impossible.
level talent is too broken too. That also needs to get nerfed. The minus 14 seconds on the Hawk, that is extremely terrible to play against.
Oh, we get another Ogre pick. I mean, is it like a favorite, or do you like Ogre in this meta as a position 5?
I do because he offers one stun but with the multicast it could be a long stun.
Yeah.
But the main aspect that I like about the Ogre Magi is the fact that you can take Bloodlust, and if I'm not wrong, he has, is it a level 20 or 25 talent, the plus 60 or
40.
80 attack speed?
Oh yeah.
That is extremely broken. If you can,
Plus Ogre I
it,
think is a very strong laner, right? You
he
can
is a really,
pair him up with any laner which does not do that well, and it can just turn the tide in your favor.
and also I like to point out that something that I've noticed in this patch, it's people not people, I mean teams take a lot of time
You better pick
making the
your hero.
transition between the third and the fourth pick, because uh, they need a bridge between a viable opener which is versatile and something that could be possibly a game winning, say, last pick.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, I like the
So,
Mars pick. It's okay. We
but
don't know what it's gonna go up
Ma-
against.
the Mars is really weak against magic damage though,
Yeah.
which they have a lot of on the dial as of now.
Plus, I really like they're picking up on Nile Esports. They're picking up a lot of setups for the arrow, right? You can arrow into the Augustan, you can arrow into the Aether Eminent. It's a little hard to pull it off, but I'm pretty sure the Void Spirit is gonna go for an Evil Scepter. So the CC on the side of Nile Esports is a little better.
Hmm.
Okay, so Nile Esports is looking for a carry and a mid laner, I suppose. I mean, if they want to spice it up, they can go for a mid
Oh,
Mirana, but they go for a.
Phantom Lancer against a Shaker. Interesting.
I mean, I think what the hero brings to the table is just more than like a good echo target. Uh, the Phantom Rush in lane is just gonna destroy Mars with some Bloodlust and some Ignite, right? If PL hits level 5 before the Mars, he can just bully the Mars out of the lane, and Ogre doesn't like have to be there for a very long time. Let's see how do they react to this pick. Now they have seen the carry and they have not picked the carry, so they can outpick it. I mean, like, what do you even pick against a PL? You know that you already have an Earthshaker, you already have a Grimstroke, you have a lot of AoE with Mars, Grimstroke, and Earthshaker. Do you really need another hero that can kill
I
the
I, honest,
illusions?
I honestly don't think that they solely focus their fourth and their fifth pick to counter the PL, because they have a Shaker and the Grimstroke, and if you put an Inkswell on a Shaker and he echoes, and then you just follow it up with stun, stun, and stun. I mean, obviously it is very idealistic and theoretical to put it like that, but it could be done to counter a Phantom Lancer during a team fight.
Yeah, I see that. They pick up a Spectre. Again,
Yuvin's
more.
past.
Yeah. Kevin's favorite hero. Yeah, that's something that we didn't see. A lot of Dota Plus predictions.
Yeah.
Um,
But
5 seconds left now.
yeah, you were saying?
I think,
I mean, it's just like giving up, like,
yeah,
it's like a Mirana Void Spirit offlane, and you have a Spectre Grimshock. Grimshock wants to be in a lane that wants to kill. He doesn't want to be in a static lane which just keeps pulling, right? Like we saw in the first match, Para playing the Chen.
yeah.
He wants to pull the lane. He wants the Ursa to farm under the tower. Of course, here also the Grim would want the Spectre to be safe under the tower. But do you really want to trade so much farm against a Grimshock?
I,
Wouldn't you want to rather dominate that lane?
this is, I really want to see what they ban out,
They
because
ban the Puck. Yeah, I think Puck is a good ban.
Radiant team pick.
the only thing
Yeah, banning the Puck out and the Necroforce out.
You really gotta pick a hero. You
I
got
would
5
like if they
seconds left.
pick a high tempo mid laner,
Yeah, something that
so
can
that
start the fights, right? You don't
Mhm.
wanna rely solely on your Mars to start the fights.
and someone who can create enough space for the Spectre to come online, basically.
Yeah. Also on the side of Nile Esports, we see a lot of escape there. I mean, Ogre Ogre really does not want to escape. The PL can escape. The Mirana can escape the Void Spirit. Dude, I was just remembering the other day when Phantom Lancer could go invis with his
Doppelganger.
oh dude,
I
that
remember
was
that.
so
I
broken,
remember
man.
I remember that.
Dude, now looking back at those days, I'm like, dude, I'm just so happy I'm not playing that meta anymore. But those days were simpler, you know. You had no stun bar or anything to
I
tell
like
you.
that. I like the Queen of Pain pickup. It has been a staple in this meta across every professional.
Yeah, the competitive
Uh,
scene has
competition.
seen a lot of co-op in different lanes. But I think it's
That's
gonna be a mid lane, right?
that's a mid lane co-op for sure.
Okay, let's see what Nile has to say about this. And they go for a very quick Tide Hunter. So is this
So
a
I assume it's a mid void spirit.
yeah, mid Void Spirit, right? Zip Zap picking
For-
up his premier, you know, like his Phantom Lancer, one of the signature heroes, I presume. So okay, looking at the two drafts, who do you think comes on top of this, or is it going to be a very
I
close
would-
match?
I would give the edge to the Radiant, I guess.
Oh, because
Because-
Shizzy is playing the
because-
co-op.
That is true. Because co-op is one of the hardest oppressors in a lane.
Yeah,
She rarely has a bad matchup. Clearly, she does not have a bad matchup in this one.
but
And
the Void Spirit
she's-
can juke the Shadow Strike. I mean, he has the what is the skill called? Desolate? No,
No,
Dissimulate,
I think you're
dissimulate.
talking about the W.
no. Yeah, Dissimulate,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna level it up that soon though.
Value point? I don't know. Let's see how it goes. Yo.
I think it's really co-op is one of the hardest like laners in the. She will harass you, and then if she has a favorable matchup, you're gonna get a power spike in the mid game, which is gonna help influence team fights. And if that all goes to plan, you are just ensuring your Spectre has all the farm she needs to carry you in the late game.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's a good mix of, you know, mid to early game. And game 2 for Yuvin Community Cup Season 2, powered by Creative Peripherals and sponsored by Cooler Master India, is gonna go live. I am hyped for this match, a match between a Pakistani team and a Vietnamese team. Oh, let's see what do they have to bring to the game.
Let's just start with the introductions.
Yeah, would you like to do the honors?
Sure. I'll start with the Radiant. We have Arrow playing the Earthshaker, Ibimon on the Mars, Grimstroke being played by Ghostcon, and Shizzy on the Co-op. And rounding off the Radiant's lineup is Hazardous on his Spectre. Whereas for the Dire, we have Zipzap playing the Phantom Lancer, 12 on the Void Spirit, Easy on the Ogre. Oh, I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name. Zealous on the Mirana, and my on the Tide. Are you looking forward to the team fights in this? Because compared to last game, they have a lot of team fighting heroes this time.
Yeah, they do. Just give me a second. I have to just pull up some commands that I don't think I have them. Give me a second.
Nothing really out of the ordinary as of now.
I'm almost done. Sorry for that. We're back. Yeah, I'm good. Okay, so we see the mid wards being planted out. Did anyone scout this out?
No. They're both planted and walked back.
Yeah, the ogre has a sentry, and it seems to be a tri lane coming out from Nile. They really want to pressure the Spectre. They don't want him to get away. Okay, they go out with the gush.
Level 1 Gush.
I don't think anything is happening. Oh, he gets caught by the arrow.
If he is he gonna get the remnant? Do you think he's gonna get the remnant?
I think he dies here. Yeah.
I think he dies. Hazard gives first blood to
Oh
Mirana.
yeah. I guess Nile had this pre-planned or something.
Already, yeah. The way they started their movement, sending the PL along on the top and making everybody else apart from the mid lane and the safe lane coming to the bot lane.
Yeah,
I think that was their intention all along to surprise the carry and his boss 5 from the Radiant.
yeah, and we see Arrow blocking the lane out as we have seen time and time again with this Earthshaker pick. Just allows you to have a little better lane. The creeps are right in front of your tower.
And I would like to point out Ogre has indeed dewarded
Oh
the
yeah, yeah.
Radiant.
So a little advantage coming out for XSI. Okay, I think yeah, we're all good. Yeah, so which lane do you think we're gonna see more of the action coming down?
I would. Pose, you think it's going to be wherever the Mirana goes? Because I think she's the unsuspecting factor. I think it has to be on the position fours that are going to decide how it's going to go. Because a Phantom Lancer versus a Mars is going to be trading farm. A Spectre versus a Tide Hunter is going to go terribly for the Spectre because he's going to just smash. He's going to level up Anchor Smash, reduce his damage, and just grief his last hits. But there's something that I would like to point out. I said the co-op is a heavy oppressor of the lane, but as of now, the Void Spirit has been on point.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm just figuring out some stuff.
It's okay, I can take it. In the meantime, the Mars dies in the top lane to a combination of the Ogre Magi and the Phantom Lancer.
Yeah,
I just like how the Mirana is just being a constant nuisance. She lands another arrow. I think it's going to be another kill. No, the Inksword is coming up out right in time to save her.
Yeah, Ghost can't salvage up under the tower. He did pull the lane. I think Mirana is not allowing her to pull, and this big wave is just gonna push into the tower. And
he's gonna get XP out of this. There are 2 range creeps in that wave.
yeah, and we already see that this lane is going pretty bad for the Radiant. Although Spreader is doing pretty well on top of the network chart. And in the mid lane we see Shizzy pulling.
Now you see the power of the co-op with two levels in a dagger.
Yeah, and he also gets the D-ward. So experience wise he's gonna be a little ahead.
Because of the.
Yeah, I really like the change they made to the Observer Ward, dude. Like these small little stuff makes the support so happy. You know, playing a position 5, you don't have a lane to go to, and getting some experience from the
Spectre's deep behind the tier 1 tower, just trying to secure some farm.
Bro, this is something that I've not seen. You know, like going behind the tower and farming. I think he's gonna TP back.
I mean, usually with you don't see that with a Spectre, at least.
But yeah, man, like this is all in like. Alpha wolf mentality. I'm gonna be behind your tower. Stop me if you can. Fight me.
That's true. Fight me. And as I said, I really like how the Earthshaker is already just trying to make moves towards the mid lane. Just if he gets a good fissure block off, the wait, he actually took a value point in dissimulate.
Yeah, I told you. Dude.
You were right.
Yeah, so I think this is what Shizu is gonna do. He's gonna pump fake his Shadow Strike, and he's gonna try to bait the dissimulate out. If he uses his dissimulate, then the fissure block comes in, and then that's gonna be an easy kill.
But I think
he uses it.
Force out the dissimulate.
Yeah, he used it. Let's see.
He did, and now he's gonna get fissure blocked in, and I think that's gonna be.
Yeah, that's gonna be a kill.
I think that was beautifully executed by the Radiant there.
Oh, Shizzy. Oh,
that was close. That was close.
Shizzy gets his bottle also. So a little more, a region coming towards his way. Probably gonna secure the rune also. But we see the Mirana coming towards the mid lane.
Serious lack of voice lines is something that I have to say for this game.
Yeah, man. I mean, like if you're playing a co-op,
flavor boys, add the flavor.
The co-op already has platinum, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, and the Mirana picks up the DD, denies the rune from Shizzy. You know, something that was really important. If Shizzy gets that rune, I think that lane is just done for the Void Spirit.
That is true.
Yeah, and we see the Radiant actually doing pretty well. Bottom lane also, he's got a lot of farm. They're not able to bully so much.
In terms of net worth, I think the discrepancy is coming in from the supports, I guess. Yeah, I think the difference between the Mirana's farm and the Earthshaker is the deciding factor that is giving the Dire a slight bit of an advantage right now.
You see, they're just trying to go on the Tide Hunter. I don't know if that's
That's
a
gonna connect.
okay.
Oh,
Arrow
it's a good arrow.
connects,
I think this
oh,
dagger. They, is it gonna be a trade?
or maybe he falls too.
Oh, I
Actually,
think it's gonna be.
dude, actually, lane's not that bad.
That's actually true.
Picking up the picking up the early soul ring, allowing him to spam out the dagger, and
Plus, the added regen and the strength are a very big factor of getting that soul
yeah.
ring early on.
I think props to Ghost Khan. Like he identified that okay, let's just go for it. Let's not be afraid of this big fat melon in my lane.
That's true.
And we see Arrow already taking the outpost. I mean, he wants to play around this region, denying the outpost. I mean, it comes at around 10 minute mark, but you would still like to have it a little bit earlier, right?
But that is something I would also like to point out. With an Earthshaker, you can't really take an outpost that easily because he has a plethora of stuns.
Yeah, and as I was talking about level 5 for Zipzap on the PL, as soon as he gets it, he gets bloodlusted and he starts hitting the Mars in his face. But the Mars has a buckler, a ring of protection, and a chainmail. Dude, this guy is ready for it. Like,
He's like, come at me, bro.
yeah, he's like, fight me, fight me. And we see a lot of
Copy mode.
disconnects coming out from Ghost Khan. It's just a little sad. I hope it does not hinder his game. There we have it. There we have it.
That is what I missed, boys. 10 points to Gryffindor for that. Thank you.
Okay, we see Shizzy is coming to the top lane. He knows that the doppelganger is on CD. Or probably he doesn't know that, but he knows that the PL is a little low. He's salving up right in front of the face.
Between his Q, I mean his Shadow Strike, his Scream, and the Sonic Wave, I think they have all it takes to burst down the.
But I'm not that happy. Shizzy doesn't have the Co-op Arcana, man. Like that Arcana is like
That is
poggers,
true.
man.
That is genuine poggers. If you like the Co-op Arcana, please write poggers in chat, boys.
Okay. So yeah, Ghost Khan Hazardous is Ghost Khan, and Ghost Khan fanboy is Joker. So actually, the Spectre, his name is Ghost Khan, and the Ghost Khan fanboy is actually Joker. So we have some, some love between teammates here.
That's something we like.
Yeah.
Cap of Pride.
Yeah, and the Spectre has queued up a Partridge and just gonna go for a naked Radiance. What do you think about, like, I've seen a lot of builds where you make the
Necro one?
Yeah, Necro one. Do you like that?
I like the Necro one because if you harass a Spectre out of lane, you can just get a Necro and farm the jungle. That's some sort of a comeback factor.
But against the Void Spirit, he was already leading.
Yeah.
And he seemed to be doing fine. I mean, I don't know if
I don't think it's necessary to get it this game.
Yeah.
And apart from him dying, giving away first blood, I don't think anything else has been going bad for the Spectre in the laning phase, at least.
Okay.
He's been part of. He has an assist.
Have you played a match of Dota when you have what is this thing called, the build where you with a view where you get right in front of the face, that third person shooter kind of thing?
No, I have.
Dude, I saw Attacker do it, and he actually pulled off the boat combo. Of course, he was playing his Kanka, signature Kanka. He pulled off an X combo. He killed someone. He used Tidebringer to kill them supports, and I was like, dude, this guy needs a team.
He's a Kunkka god, man. He's a Kunkka god. He knows how to play Kunkka.
Okay, I'm looking at little Billy here. I think he's gonna die now.
I just hope Grimstroke is able to come back.
Yeah, I hope it's not an issue for long. I'm just gonna pull up the chat and see how's it going. Any complaints? Anything? I see a lot of Kek Ws being leaked Lamau. Okay. I see a lot of Pakistani fans in the chat.
That's true. Always good to see, you know, community supporting with their teams. What do you feel about this battle pass playground feature? Do you like it?
The game? Are you talking about the game?
Yep, the musical chairs, the spot the hero.
I really like it when you have it early in the game. You know, like if you're having at like 30-minute mark when you're pretty tensed what's gonna happen. No, I'm not playing that game. I'm not whacking any meepos at that point of time, right? Okay, I want to look at the choreos. I'm looking at.
I don't think you're the right person to judge a courier.
Why? Why would you say that? Dude, they have all. Everyone has a donkey, dude, on the side of Radiant. Like I don't see any. Oh, we have the battle pass courier, Shizzy's courier, I guess. Looks like a cute fluffy cat. And we have bulldog. What's it called? Butch, the Budge.
Butch dog.
Yeah, I really like. I remember on No Tail's stream, he had the EG courier. Okay,
I know he deleted it.
he goes to it and deletes it, dude. Like, No Tail is love, man. I hope.
Do you know what the courier is called though?
Throwy, if I'm not wrong.
It's a joke. Because back then, if I'm not wrong, EG used to have Demon on their roster.
Yeah.
And Demon was notorious for throwing games.
Oh.
Yep. That's an all inside joke behind the name of Throw. The EG choreo.
Okay, let's see what happens. Still waiting for Joker to come back. Not Ghost Khan fanboy. We're gonna refer to him as Joker. But yeah, we were talking about how Tidehunter is gonna dominate his lane. Didn't pretty much do that.
I think that only happened because of him taking level 1 Gosh.
And I think
If you
even Ghost Khan going behind the tower, right? Because people are like, oh, the creeps are behind the tower. I'm not gonna go there and farm. And Ghost Khan is like, no, I don't care. Grimstroke is pulling my lane. I don't care if I get arrowed, I get gushed. I'm gonna go behind the tower. I'm gonna farm up. I mean that's something that you need to always take, right? These are risk factors, you know, like big risk, big reward kind of a thing.
And that worked out, to be honest.
Yeah. And I'm also looking at the Void Spirit. You think he's gonna be picking up the urn, or is he gonna go for a?
I think isn't the usual start to just make Ghouls into something like a Deso?
Yeah, but I don't think urn is pretty bad against Spirit. I mean the Spectre. The Vessel is pretty effective. But honestly, I really like the Mars build. You know, like the chainmail into Ring of Protection and Buckler.
Yes, +8 armor.
Yeah, and I think it makes a lot of. It makes
makes
one hell of a difference in this lane.
It does.
Considering the fact that he's not gonna sell any of this, he's gonna make a phase boot from his chainmail, a Vlad's from his Buckler, and yeah, on the side of Tidehunter, our cute Watermelon has a Ring of Protection and has a full stick completed. Has died only the once.
I mean, it's been more of a trading game as of now. It hasn't been a lot.
And my mistake, the urn has been picked up by the Mirana. This is something that we didn't see. Okay, let's. Okay, so since we are filling up on a lot of stuff, let's go over some Dota plus win probability. It's actually pretty close, 54 to 46%.
Just wait. I will tell you. Give the Dire 70k advantage, and Dota Plus will say the Spectre lineup will still win.
I mean, that's just how the
That's
hero
that's
works,
that's
man.
Gaben's son, man. I'm not joking. Spectre
Yeah.
is Gaben's son. Illuminati confirmed.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. Manana has a TP, and I think he's gonna TP top. I mean, they don't see the cop, right? I'll just toggle their vision. They don't see the cop coming in, and he might TP top, or he might just go to pressure Spectre. But at this point of time, I don't think you can pressure the Spectre anymore. Right? He's level 5. He has a soul ring. If he manages to get like 10 charges on his wand, he's pretty much unkillable, right? Until and unless a void spirit comes to your lane.
But I think the Void Spirit is just gonna try to consolidate some sort of farm onto him right now.
Yeah, and this ward on Radiant, by the Radiant on this dire cliff, is always gonna scout out some kind of TPs or some kind of rotation from the Void Spirit. So yeah, let's see. Okay, he's back.
Oh,
Our boy is
finally.
back. Joker, thank you for coming back.
Thank you for coming back. Just glad to see that there was no,
Okay,
you know,
yeah.
it sucks when a player just cannot come back and the team's
Okay,
forced to either off-beat or play 4v5.
Eyes on top. Shizzy's gonna go for the courier actually. Reveals his position, does not even get the courier. Blinks for the courier. I don't know how much.
But
Oh,
it is.
he gets arrow.
Oh,
His TP gets cancelled. And
But I would like to point out killing a courier this early onto the game is equivalent of getting a bounty rune for your team. So
but you look at Zipzap's HP. Shouldn't I mean like he could have been baiting with his 11-1 charges. But in the meantime, Void Spirit picks up the haste rune. Like this was the comeback that he was looking for. He's not trailing so
He's-
much in CS. He's doing
he's
pretty well.
half a level behind in experience though.
Yeah, so I think this might help him, you know.
And
And a pretty much even match neck to neck.
I think it's, as I said earlier, this game is gonna be on the position fours making their plays. A little bit of batter coming out between the Ogre Magi and the Earthshaker on
Oh man, I
the
missed
top
that.
lane with him dropping his tranquils and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the Spectre and he has a level 6. The Co-op has his ulti. I think he's gonna just join the next fight. I think Shizzy spotted the mid ward out. It's gonna get dewarded anytime now. And yeah, you look at the Mars, he realizes that he does not want to stand against a tri lane. Just heads over to the jungle. No hesitation from the side of Ninja Titans. They're doing pretty well. They
I like
realize
it because they are now giving some XP to the Earthshaker, which is probably gonna make him a big factor in the upcoming team fights.
that's true. Let's see. I don't know. Is the Void Spirit gonna rotate with his haste? You know, I also like sometimes people just run back to the base and then they TP to a lane with thing, but he already has his bottle
Just
full.
max
Yeah,
efficiency.
he's waiting for the 8-minute rune. And we see now the Tide Hunter has started cutting the wave. He's pulling a big creep wave in, and Shizzy picks
Oh,
up
the
the
co-op gets the double damage.
yeah.
This is going to be
Oh, if the
a
Aether Rain.
big Aether Remnant. They get the stun onto the co-op, but she can just run away. She
Oh.
whiffed. Okay, it connected. It connected. It
yeah,
didn't whiff.
that
It
was-
looked
that was-
like it whiffed, but it connected. But
And Joker
again,
stepping up too far. Maybe he's gonna pay with his life.
oh, they paid out. No, I think 12 might pay for it with his life, and indeed he does.
So
They,
2 for
I
1.
think the Dire cannot underestimate the global presence of the Radiant. You know, with
Yeah.
the haunt.
Yeah, that was pretty well done. Like they realize that the PL is alone, and Joker TP's right on time, baits out the Void Spirit and gets a kill. I think they were
And
Nile was really hoping for an arrow connect,
Yeah.
and now they can go for it again.
I would also like to point out the Tide Hunter is level 7, but he has not skilled up Ravage. So I don't think he's actually looking to fight. He just wants to farm and get some items up.
Yeah, now I think Ghost Khan is gonna deward their ward.
Is he?
I mean, like, oh no,
Nah,
no, that's a
it's
pretty
out-
good ward, right? It's just out of range.
But I
And-
think that's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
him
that-
his ward. So yeah.
Okay. And The Tide Hunter going for a first item Vlad's. Do you like that? Or would you prefer him
I
to
like
pick
it
up the
because
mech?
it's just I think it's just team fight, giving your teammates more armor.
Okay, so
As
big
I
fight
said,
coming up.
taking Outpost against Earthshaker is next to impossible.
Yeah, and as I
Oh, and
was
a mini team fight breaking out near the 10-minute mark. The Tide. See, if he had Ravage, it would have been a different story.
Shizzy picks up the rune and he gets arrowed. I think that's gonna allow
Him to get away.
yeah, 12 to get away.
But there was something I would like to point out right there, because the Grimstroke, he positioned himself in such a way that the Aether Remnant got him, freeing up space for Shizzy. But then again, all of it was for naught because the Mirana landed an arrow on her.
Yeah. So yeah, outpost being traded, not traded, like 1 for 1, and bounty runes are gonna get picked up. I think 2 for 2. PL picked up the one at top, and Mars picked up the other one. And I think Radiant is pretty happy. They were really hoping.
As long as the Dire do not pressure the Spectre too much, which they are actively trying to look to do right now, the Radiant should be pretty happy with the way the game is progressing as of now.
Yeah, now Zipzap's just gonna hit the jungle. They all are gonna just find their neutral items. And once he gets his PL, I think he's gonna be a big threat. Along with the Bloodlust from the Ogre, he can, really quickly take down the supports on the side of the Radiant.
And he has anchored himself on top of the network chart.
Yeah, now we see both the teams have positioned themselves to take the tier
Their
1.
respective tier 1s.
Yeah, Zipzap doesn't want to be
Let's
here.
take
Yeah, he just wanna take that.
Meanwhile, 12 and Shizzy are just gonna bait a bunch of harass onto each other, but Shizzy pops the regen rune.
Oh, he goes back in
I-
again. Misses.
Oh, he
Whiffs.
misses the he jukes it.
Did they use a haunt as well?
But they get the kill
Yeah.
regardless because of the mobility of the co-op.
Where's the tips,
The arrow
man?
connects on the Shaker, but that's,
I think that was a
That's
very
all that-
tip-worthy fight.
I mean, every fight is a tip-worthy fight for me.
Okay, so yeah, the trade-off was they kill 12, but they don't take the tier 1 on top, right? They had to put the Shaker mid. Oh, some BM.
So they are compensating for the lack of tips
By
with
BM.
direct on chat. I like that. I like that. I respect that.
I mean, as long as if it's in good spirit, I'm all up for it. You're right.
That's true. A friendly banter in games, it always makes the game more fun and entertaining to watch for us and the spectators at home.
That's true. So we see Vlad's being picked up by the Tide Hunter, and he's already level 9. I mean, we saw that he was not participating in team fights. He was just pushing his wave, and now he's just a big piece of meat that the Radiant don't want to go into, right? He really
That is
needs to
true.
be burst down with the Quapult, the Haunt, everything. The kitchen
All
sink has to be
things.
thrown at him.
And if you don't get the kill, he always has the opportunity to just turn around, ravage, and then the Dire can just translate into their team fights.
We see an MLS being popped.
I think that was just used to save Zipzap because he was trying to farm the Radiant Ancients.
Yeah. Zipzap doing pretty well on top of the network chart. I mean, like when you're a PL, you can farm a little bit faster. You have your Ogre around you all the time. And I really like how Easy is playing. He just hovers around this region, allowing they don't really want to give up this spot. See, if Ogre stays here, the PL is gonna farm the Ancients, right? Picks up his Diffusal.
Diffusal Blade, that's a really good timing on the Diffusal Blade coming in right there.
I mean, now the Dive should be looking for a fight. They have the Ravage, but they're still not sticking. I think they realize the fact that they would want to go once. Oh, the Blade Mail is up and running for the Void Spirit. And Invis Rune being picked up by Shizzy. Is he gonna catch someone out? He's gonna walk into the sentry range.
I think he wants to go right. Oh, that. Oh, I don't know why he didn't walk into range for that Inkswell.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a one trade at the end of the day. Oh, it's 2-for-1 trade with the Tidehunter porting in on the back end. Oh, he cancels his
Oh, he
TP.
cancels his TP. I mean, that was not that great for Nile, right?
And the Earthshaker dies in the mid lane to the
Yeah.
Void Spirit while he's trying to TP out.
Yeah, I think that just makes it a little more even. We're gonna see this fight recap. Gold change, not too much. A lot of damage done by. Oh, this is the only the skirmish between the two heroes,
The Shaker and the Spirit, I guess, yeah.
and we see 2 for 2 again, trading the bounties.
But I would like to point out Shizzy's actually doing an amazing job of keeping up in terms of net worth with the Phantom Lancer. He's just 300 gold behind. And in all this time, the Spectre is just farming her way through her Radiance.
Yeah.
She picks up a broomstick from the neutral item stash, which is gonna.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna say this once, and like I've already said it like so many times in the qualifiers. I really don't like when people don't pick up neutral items, dude. You guys are like one of the best players in the region, right? And you can't just let so much net worth being lying around. Let's look at the items for. Okay, they have used all this. They had.
The co-op picks up her Orchid. Now, any hero on the map can die. This is one of the huge, I mean not huge, like an early power spike that comes to a mid lane co-op or any co-op that has been given a preferable matchup in her lane.
Yeah, and they also have this haunt smoke being picked up by Joker. I think it's go
I
time
think-
for
I
them.
Yeah, I think they are looking for, both the teams are actively looking for a team fight right now, both trying to realize their potentials.
But I think I see this top tier 1 standing for Dire, right? That's just allowing.
Like, Zip Zap to do what he's doing
Yeah,
in
right.
the bot right now.
Yeah, I mean the Spectre would love to be there, but he knows that someone can TP. The tower is not even that low, so someone might come to defend. They have a glyph, and both the teams just dancing around this tier 1 mid lane. Shizzy TP's
But,
bottom.
I think it's helping him more.
Okay, they haunt in on the
He's
PL Zip
on
Zap.
to find the real PL with a block, with the Fisher, even the Echo Slam being committed there just to get the kill on the Phantom Lancer.
Oh, that was
I
really
think that
well
was-
done.
I think that was worth it, to be honest. That's the highest net worth hero on the Dire,
Yeah.
and your win condition is basically stopping him at this point of time.
Yeah, and actually Nile wants to stall the match, right? They really don't want to take the fight into that Orchid. So
But the thing is,
Ninja
they try to
forces
control
it,
the
right?
game, they're giving more space to the Spectre, who just picked up her Sacred Relic that is coming in on her courier from the Secret Shop.
So good timings being picked up by both the teams actually. Playing a little cautious with his courier. I think he's gonna
I-
TP top. He's gonna TP top.
I don't like the fact that we haven't seen a Ravage being committed.
Oh yeah, I think we're gonna see it now.
Yeah. That's called the Caster's Curse. by
Yeah.
the way.
Oh, the ogre is still alive and gets off his stun on the Mars, and the Mars falls. I mean, yeah, I think they should have not taken this fight. They didn't have Haunt, they didn't have Echo. They still stuck around trying to save the mid tower.
And now they're gonna lose it. There's what I don't like about the Radiant is that they're not okay. They're not giving up their towers, but they're having a hard time defending them.
Yeah, I mean that's just the nature of the heroes, right?
I think it's just because of the Spectre, because she wants a Radiance and she just doesn't want to die and get that timing, you know.
And we see
Effective.
Inkswell coming out on the Void Spirit.
The arrow misses.
Arrow misses.
He's been silenced. I think he's gonna die.
Yeah, I think the spear is gonna come. Oh, misses the whiffs the spear, but still doesn't
But
need
it doesn't matter. They get the kill.
Picks up the dagger on Earthshaker. I think
I think the
Biran's
top
gonna.
is gonna keep going now. She's gonna kill.
Good TP coming out.
Coming from Mirana right there.
I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm not gonna try. I'm just gonna call him.
Mirana.
I'm just gonna call him Birana. I mean, they're just having a hard time choosing which one to go on. Going on the pesky melon or the ogre.
I mean, isn't it obvious? You just don't go on the melon. You kill everybody else, and then you focus the melon down.
But I think he's out of position now to get spinned to the fissure.
Look at detection.
Yeah.
They don't. They don't have detection.
No, they have it on Joker.
Oh, they do.
But
Oh,
they,
they
really
have it
don't,
us.
they really don't want to take a fight. He has 20 stick charges and a Hood of Defiance.
Oh, they have a silence though. He's gonna get silent. Oh, they're gonna go on the Void Spirit, I guess. That is gonna be Echo Slam being committed just to get. That's a good.
And we
Visual
see
block.
they're gonna CC the Tide, and really well done. Go, even Joker does not fall in that fight, and this fight is happening without the Haunt. The Haunt was up, but he chooses not to use it. He knows.
Has his radiance, by the way. It's flying out on the courier right now.
Okay, he's in trouble. He haunts out.
He
He knows.
haunts
Yeah,
out perfectly to the Mirana. There's
yeah.
nothing that's gonna happen to her right now.
I mean, I
Shaking.
really like the decisiveness. He understands that he will just fall to the PL. He doesn't have mana for the TP. No hesitation. Uses the Haunt. Good play. Heads up play.
And now is the radiance online now.
Yeah, I didn't see where.
Now
Yeah.
the game is gonna become harder for the
Oh,
Dire.
Shizzy kills the Mirana.
Mhm.
He just dies in his own
Uses-
base.
uses the orchid.
Yeah, I mean, Shizzy really, bringing out his A game, but not using
Yeah.
his shovel. Oh, uses his shovel.
Oh,
Shizzy god.
we
Shizzy is a
yeah.
god. I'm sorry, Shizzy. I know you can hear me on stream. Uh, okay, so now I think they're gonna just chill. No Echo Slam, no Mars ult, no Scream of Pain. I mean, yes, Sonic Wave. I mean, so chill time for Radiant. They're gonna wait for the ultis to come back up, and I see the Tome of Knowledge being picked up by the Spectre. What do you think about that?
I mean, I guess they're happy with the levels on the support they have. They don't really need that much.
Yeah, and we see Mars falling to the PL, burns all his
Tank
mana.
some damage though.
Yeah, it's a funny little interaction. You know, the first time I was playing Mars, I was like facing the other way, and everyone was hitting on my back, and I just melted.
That is because
So I've
you're
seen
a
a
bad
yeah, you don't have to flame me on stream. So a lot of people call Mars the like bristleback. You call him bristle front. Have you heard that?
True.
Have you heard that meme?
I haven't, but it makes sense. I mean, it's understandable where it comes from.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that the Radiant aren't pushing towers. They're just giving up towers for free.
I think it also comes down to the fact of the mobility, right? Void Spirit can get out, PL can get out, Mirana can get out. So when they are pushing their towers, they are much safer. But when the Radiant is pushing, it's only the co-op that can get away. And even if he gets stunned, probably then he can die. But they need to commit Ravage and everything for that. He
Oh,
blinks
silence
in.
coming out on the Void Spirit.
I mean,
But he has got a backup right there. I mean, that's a suicidal move if she decides to jump in for the kill there.
yeah, and he picks the blade mail is actually paying its dividends. Like whenever he gets silenced, he pops this, and Shizzy has to go back.
that's just for the lulz,
Yeah, I
guess.
mean he has his arcane rune. He's just gonna have fun. The Spectre is already level 17, courtesy of that Tome of Knowledge being picked up. Are they gonna go on the Tide? He gets dusted up.
Camillus going out. There's a very scattered team fight coming out. They commit the Ravage. I think they really want to kill this Spectre. The arrow waves. A good arena coming out, blocking in the Tidehunter and the Ogre while they focus down the Void Spirit. The Spectre is just haunting left and right, causing as much chaos in the team fight. He goes on to the Mirana, tries to leap away from the team fight. The PL he joins in the fight, and I think he's gonna get the kill on the Spectre, and indeed he does.
I mean, like, did you see when the PL came, the Earthshaker just TPs right away. I mean,
Yeah.
the PL is like, here comes Johnny, and
That's true. And I
you-
would like to point out the confidence that the PL showed there was only because the Earthshaker started the fight with the Echo Slam.
yeah, I mean, like,
Once
it's a
the-
good fight for
once the
Radiant.
Echo Slam yeah, it was a good fight for the Radiant, but at the
Losing
same
the
time,
Spectre.
their carry killed yours. So
And-
how happy are you?
Yeah, I mean, like, they take a good fight here, but they don't take the mid tier one. They can't take Rosh, so they use so many ults. They pretty much blow everything up, but they don't get any objectives out of it.
But the Lancer does. He takes tier 1 top.
Yeah.
And I really like the decision that he's going to pick up the Satanic next. Just get more status resistance.
I see. I mean, did that fight was a little weird because they went on the Tidehunter? Do you think they should have
They
been
went on the Titan and the Ogre Magi.
Yeah, they used the Sonic Wave to blow him up. We see Shizzy teeping in mid. Yeah, he's fine.
That was close. That was close. He's alive.
And Shizzy has picked up his BKB now, like a good. It's gonna allow him to sustain in fights, but like you're against the PL, what are you gonna do with the BKB? I mean, like he needs the BKB, or else he's gonna lose his mana. It's like one of those games, right? When BKB doesn't feel that great, but you still need to pick it up.
Oh, now coming in. The Mirana pace was alive. The co-op uses a BKB to get away. Oh, I think this is the point where the Phantom Lancer is a big problem for the Radiant. He's just gonna mow down Joker.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I was talking about, right? You pick up the BKB, but you really don't feel happy when you pop it, right? You would rather have some other kind of AoE item, perhaps Shivas. But let's see how do they deal with the Phantom Lancer.
I mean, right now they really aren't being able to deal with the Phantom Lancer.
Meanwhile, we see the Void Spirit inching closer and closer towards his Aghanims. Once he picks that up, trouble for the supports, I guess. I mean, Spectre is close to his Manta, and it's a little hard to burst him down. But the Mars is gonna get silenced for a long time. The Grimstroke is probably just gonna die if he gets caught out of position. The Urchick is gonna be hiding behind, looking for a big echo. He has it now. They also have all their ults. Probably they're gonna look to smoke. Oh, a triple leap coming out. मतलब मैं chance लूँगा ही नहीं भाई. मैं निकल रहा हूँ ऐसे.
He's like, see you later. अब मैं निकलता हूँ.
हाँ. Haven't you seen that Hera Fairy meme? अब मैं चलता हूँ.
That is what I was trying to go for, but I missed. I messed up. Please write fail in chat, boys.
We see a smoke coming out from Ninja Titan. I mean, if they repeat what happened earlier, it's just gonna be as bad. Like they didn't pick up any new items. It just boils down to their execution now. Last time they executed it pretty well, but they still didn't come out on top of the team fight. We see the Dire also smoking up now. A smoke and smoke action coming up in the mid lane. They go on the Mars.
A good arena comes out. He blocks in just the Phantom Lancer in the middle, whereas everybody goes on into the back line.
They don't finish him off.
Yeah, but the MLS is just a beautiful disengage at that point of time.
They're going on the Spectre. The Spectre has been controlled. No haunt.
Position and he's gonna die. This is where the game becomes. Oh, beautiful Ravage coming. They get Joker and Ibimon.
Yeah, I mean they still have the echo.
Yeah, this game.
I mean, Shizzy realizes, right? This fight is not going. We are all across the map. We are like spread out too thin. He just pushes out the mid wave. He's like, I'm not gonna lose my tier 2. They're gonna go get Rosh. Okay, something that we can contest with maybe the Echo Slam. And he goes and he starts pushing out the side waves. Let's see, do they smoke up for this? Or else this is gonna go uncontested. If this goes uncontested and the PL gets his hand on the Aegis,
I think it's pretty hard for this.
Yeah, I mean, like, you were not killing him once. I'm pretty sure you're not killing him twice.
And just taking a glance at the network.
I'm looking at the win probability. It's 50-50. It's exactly 50-50.
I mean, the win probability when there's a Spectre in the game, this just doesn't matter. I don't like the.
And when do we see such close matches? You know, like it's always a. And we see the Void Spirit going on the.
Shaker, I think he's gonna get the kill as well.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful Aether Remnant coming in to drag him into the Dissimilate.
Yeah, like
I think Nile Esports, they were waiting to use their tips after they knew they were gonna win.
I mean, we were talking about the tips, why they're not being out yet, and now they are.
They were saving them, I guess.
Yeah. What do you think about the Spectre's items? Oh.
No, Shizzy kill.
Shizzy's...
I missed that kill. Did you
no,
catch
even
that?
He didn't even use his Shivas. They didn't use Haunt. PL was in the vicinity. How did Shizzy do that? Biggest conspiracy 2020.
Amen.
I'm actually impressed. Like I didn't see it coming. How do they kill this? I don't know. I guess we just missed it.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, I really like what Shizzy is doing. He's just cutting wave. He knows that there is no way that they can take a team fight. What do you think about Abimon's item choices?
I think the Radiant have figured out they have a substantial lack of damage when it comes to killing the Phantom Lancer. So
Yeah.
maybe that is what has forced the Mars to go in towards the physical DPS build.
Yeah.
Because one way I think the PL can get countered is with the Ags on the Mars inside an arena. Because you can just constantly keep hitting them with the Rebuke.
Yep. I mean,
But
this
then
is gonna-
again, it's just 3 towers for the Dire again. I think this has been the single most differentiating factor between the two teams.
I mean, dude, why do you TP in front of the face? Okay, they're haunting. They want to go on the Tide Hunter.
But at the same time, the Phantom Lancer goes on the Mars.
Yeah, he's gonna get away.
Get away. They have eyes on the
A big Echo Slam.
but it's countered by the Ravage. Both of them are trying to get away. Hazardous is leading. And oh my god, a Grimstroke ulti with the silence coming on both of them. The Void Spirit falls down, and most likely the Tyrant is going to join in.
Here comes the Phantom Lancer.
There's no Echo Slam available, so I think this is actually the Phantom Lancer's fight to take. I think he's gonna. Shizzy goes aggressively on to the Ogre Magi. Oh, tactical pause, boys.
Oh, this is not good. So I'm pretty sure no one's playing Whack-A-Meepo right now. This is what I was talking about.
Yeah.
You can close the YouTube loom. It will reduce the lag.
Oh, that's some flame coming out from Arrow right there.
Not even playing YouTube.
I think that's just friendly banter coming in.
I mean, we. Oof.
No, I think this unpause is gonna be extremely important as the Phantom Lancer is gonna look to just clean up house. He has his eyes on Joker.
Yeah, he has a
Fisherman
glimmer.
comes to block him. Nah. I think he just realizes he's too far deep on his own. But again, even though the Radiant managed to get the kills, it doesn't really feel like they're coming out on top, because as soon as the Phantom Lancer shows up to the fight, all of the Radiant has to retreat.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So the Tide Hunter does not have a neutral item. Just saying.
That's a big oof. That's a big oof from my side. I think he just
Okay,
put something.
why
He put
does
something
the-
in base.
Why does the Tide Hunter have a Desolator queued up?
I think this is some memes coming out right now.
Who doesn't love memes,
And
right?
Joker seems to be get out of position, but he has a glimmer. He's gonna TP out right now.
Yeah.
Here we see some kind of a stalemate being reached by both the teams. Age is still in the hands of the PL. It's 1k, 2k lead. It's just bouncing around. We see the win probability. It's still pretty much close, 55 to 46. A haunt comes in.
They use the haunt to just get the kill on the Void Spirit.
And yeah, he falls.
Even committing the Sonic Wave just to get the kill on the Void Spirit.
I mean, like, I really like how decisive Titan Esports is. Like, you know, they use all their ults. They really don't care.
They're really quick to punish anybody they catch out of position on the map. That is something that I really like about the Radiant as far that I've seen in the game. Meanwhile, you just see all of the Nile Esports. They're just trying to group up, stay as 5.
But you really don't want to go high ground when a cop is just pushing out the top wave, right? The tower has not taken any damage, but they still don't feel comfortable enough to go high ground. Of course, the Void Spirit is down.
Void Spirit will come back in 20 seconds to defend, right? So,
and yeah,
does it really matter?
Is he gonna die again on top?
Oh, and PL now has a basher, so the co-op is gonna have some problems if she gets stunned.
Yeah, the Age
is getting reclaimed there.
But we see that the net worth chart is leading towards the Radiant.
Radiant. That's okay. I would say that is only because of the difference between the net worths of the supports. there's a 2K difference between the Shaker and the Mirana. So that is where the net worth discrepancy is coming from. But if you look at a 5v5 team fight, the Phantom Lancer right now is the apex predator on the map.
I mean, Nile is struggling to push out this wave. You know, they know that Shizzy is playing in this lane. He TP's out right now, but whoever comes to push out this wave has to be very careful because they know that they can get caught out.
What do you think about the Spectre going for a butterfly?
I mean, like, how else do you counter the PL, right? If the PL can't hit you, you can kill the PL, right? Big brain time.
The PL can just itemize for an MKB next, and then what are you gonna do?
Okay, that's true. That's true. I hear you. But what else? What other items would want him to go
I
for?
mean,
A basher?
is building stats bad on a Spectre right now?
I don't know, man. Ghost Khan has some strategy up his sleeve. It's pretty much working for them. They're leading in net worth, not too much on map. They have lost.
Well, I think it's gonna come down to one team fight.
Yeah, it's just a lot on the
Somebody,
execution.
someone's gonna buy back, and then the dieback's gonna become the win condition.
That's true. That's true.
Because given how the game's going right now, the Spectre and the PL can just mirror each other's movement, go to the opposite lanes, and just push it out.
But that's
forcing out
that's the advantage of a Spectre, right? You can always join the fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see how they.
The Phantom Lance is going for a Daedalus next.
Yeah, more physical DPS. Now both the teams are just waiting for the Roshan. It may respawn in 45 seconds. I don't know how to read the timer. Sorry, boys. We really have no idea how to do it. But we see the stalling play comes from Titun Esports. They just go in two different lanes and they're pushing. No one is defending this bottom tier 2, which is being pummeled into by the two siege creeps. Forces
Now-
out the glyph.
They have a smoke coming in, but
I mean,
it's only the co-op in the bot lane, and she is hiding in the trees.
she's playing
Shout
like
out to
HY.
H-Wave, right?
Yeah, I think he's gonna get caught out now. Let's see if she. He BKB. He's preemptive BKB.
nice decision.
Oh,
Oh,
he
but she
cancels
cancelled the
the
TP.
I mean, he
The-
knows the PL
has
has the PL has Abyssal, but the PL was still a little far away.
I think she's safe. She's safe.
No.
Unless
Oh
he hits
no.
an
Oh
emerald.
no
Hey,
no no.
Arrow! Is that Sing?
Follow up. Follow up. Follow up. I'm just looking at everywhere else, and PL has already left. PL has left the
Just look
chat.
at how much space she's creating. And Ibimo recognizes that and
Yeah.
rightfully so tips him. Oh, the Abyssal being used again, but they have vision this time.
Yeah.
Joker's not getting away. I think, does it feel like the Phantom Lancers has hit critical mass? He's just anybody he has his eyes on. If you don't have a defensive item, he's just gonna mow you down.
He can go for an axe, consume the axe. He can go for a shard. I mean, like the new patches have allowed you to never, stop scaling.
Yeah, but at this point of time, does it look like
Yeah.
it's it?
I mean, he's like a one-man raid boss,
Army,
right? Yeah.
That is true.
I mean, if the melon survives for long enough, he's gonna be there. But I think everyone else around him is gonna die. But for the Void Spirit, maybe.
I really like how Shizzy and Arrow are playing on opposite sides of the map. Oh, they have
look at
found the
this.
Spectre.
Yeah, he doesn't have any mana.
The Ravage being used. The Ravage whiffs the Spectre. They're going back onto him in the arena. Oh, this just seems like I think he's gonna pay for his. Oh no, the talent. We forgot about the talent.
a big echo
good
coming.
Ecoslan coming in. Zip Zap might die here. Oh, they finally get the kill on the Phantom Lancer. 716 gold going towards the co-op. They lose the Tide. They lose the Ogre. 12 seems to be the latest victim. Is he gonna join the rest of his teammates in
Yeah,
the
I
deep play? I guess he is. Beautiful execution of the team fight coming in from the Radiant there.
Tips.
Beautiful chain stunts and
Tips.
everything. No tips. I don't think they have tips left.
Oh shit. I really like it. A lot of people argue that it's BM, but
But I would say it's just banter. It just adds more flavor to the game.
yeah, I mean
in
OG
my
won
opinion.
TI like that, right?
Yeah.
And dude, I have to really commend Chizzy's co-op. He has been the one who's been creating so much space, picks up the Lincoln Spear. He knows that the Abyssal is the only thing that can, you know, like kill him. Or else I don't see a way they can kill the co-op with the BKB. And now he has this fear talent, and that's
Yeah,
extremely annoying to
that
play.
was something that the Dire were not expecting, and that is what single-handedly changed the fight.
Oh, the Spectre does not pick the.
I
Aegis.
don't think the Spectre needs it. He has the cheese.
No. I guess so. Yeah. So, level 25 talents. Shizzy has the fear. Spectre has his 5% dispersion over the 32% illusion damage. What do you think about that?
I would take dispersion because more Phantom Lancers hitting you, the more damage you're giving back to everyone in a team fight, right? So
That's true. We'll also hover over the win probability. It's 86% on the side of the Radiant.
obviously,
Finally, the finally the Spectre. I mean, like, yeah, you know, right? You're pushing it against the
Yeah.
Spectre. You had an Aegis, but you kept getting side pushed by the co-op. You kept
there
getting.
is something I think I forgot to mention there. The only difference in all the team fights up till now and the last one was the Earthshaker saved the Echo Slam for the Lancer in this fight.
Yeah, this was
specifically.
a really important.
Echo Slam that came in, to be honest.
Yeah.
Single-handedly changed the tide of the fight that was going in there. Because that whole fight would have been much different. Imagine if the Spectre went down first.
Yeah, give me a second. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry for that. Okay, level 25 talents on the side of Dire.
And
Zip-Zap
nobody
is
has
gonna
touched 25.
Zip-Zap is
Zip-Zap is
close.
closest to getting 25.
I mean, at that point of time, you go for the Doppelganger CD if I'm not wrong, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's just broken.
Yeah. Let's see. I think that might be one of the talents that can actually tilt the favor of the game in towards
That
the
is
Dire.
true. That is true. Make an already hard hero to kill even harder.
Yeah, but I see the Eye of Skadi being picked up. Good items being picked up on the side of the Radiant. In terms of the neutral items, Shizzy has a Prince's Knife. I think it's one of the strongest items on a co-op.
And if you get the hex off onto the Phantom Lancer, and then you can just chain stun like they chain stunned him in the last fight, I think they actually have a chance of just.
Okay, one of my favorite items being picked on one of my favorite heroes, the Grimshaw picks up his Aghanims. He can make a Phantom
the Dark
Lancer.
Sword, great.
He can make a Phantom Lancer, which does more damage than the Phantom Lancer. Illusion outgoing damage 150%.
Not broken at all, guys. Not broken at all.
ये तो चलता है.
Not broken at all.
Yeah, Zip-Zap hits his 25. He has a Tome of Knowledge for some reason. Probably it'll be a little better in the hands of anyone. Nah. No hero is gonna hit any talent or any levels.
Soon, yeah.
I mean, the Ogre can use it perhaps.
No, I think Zip-Zap already claimed it.
Let's talk about items, neutral items, right? The Tide Hunter has a Quickening Charm. I'm just gonna hover over the items that they have. They
There's
have
also a ninja gear on the tide. He's
Oh,
keeping
yeah.
both of them.
I mean,
He's swapping them out.
I mean, he does not have a dagger. I mean, like, I think that's what they're lagging a little bit, right? Like how we saw, they haunt in, the
Yeah.
Sonic Wave comes on, and they burst the Void Spirit.
Leave.
Yeah, and on the side of Nile Esports, they really don't have a way of like going from 0 to 100 and killing the Spectre or the Cop. They always have time to pop the cheese. They always have time to pop the Manta. They always have time to cast their BKBs. I mean, it's at some point of time you need to realize that PL's Abyssal is not going to do much. He's burning off all the mana from Spectre, but but the Butterfly is actually paying dividends. MLS comes out.
It is actually paying dividends.
Oh, if they
I know I
catch,
questioned it when he picked up. Oh, they're gonna walk right into the Shaker and they're gonna find Joker at least, I guess.
Joker does a smart play. He gives up his life.
Being the proper sacrificial position 5, he knows he's gonna tank that gang for his boy.
And Shizzy is like, मैं तो lane push कर रहा हूँ. तुम लोग मारो
Shizzy
मेरे
is
को.
like, you guys defend, I'll do the pushing, boys.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna overtake.
I mean, he has been on point this whole game. The man has 19 kills,
And
7 assists, and 0 deaths.
oh wow, that's like a MVP performance in
Like,
itself,
if
right?
you want to know who the MVP is, it's Shizzy.
Yeah. I mean, the Spectre did well. Yeah, you have 3 deaths. No, it's Shizzy.
Denied.
Denied.
It's denied.
Oh, dude, one of the best voice chat comes out from Spectre. Wrong. Oh, we see a Mars out being going on the Tide Hunter doesn't seem too good. He has the
Tidehunter
pipe and
again.
this,
I think they're gonna. Is he gonna ravage? He ravages, but
but he falls.
where's the
No,
Lancer?
there's no follow up. They're just being
Where's the Lancer? You can't do anything without the Lancer.
they're just being spread out way too far. You know, like the Void Spirit was in the top lane pushing out the wave. Phantom Lancer has to deal with the bottom lane. I mean, he wants to create pressure by himself, and the ogre gets caught out. He has.
The Ogre Magi, and he might pay. Oh my god, look at the damage coming in from that co-op with that DD, man, and the Bloodthorn.
I think that this is high ground time. The Tide does not have a
It
buyback.
really is. There's no ravage. Even if he has a buyback, there's no
Oh, no,
ravage.
no,
up for
he just
another
gets it. He just
50
gets it.
seconds.
He gets it now.
No, I think will Ibimon pay for this with his life?
I'm looking at the Earthshaker. I'm looking at the
Oh,
Earthshaker.
the void is dead. The
Okay.
Shaker's positioning himself well. He just wants to see the Phantom Lancer mess up and just create a lot of illusions, and he's gonna punish that with a well Echo Slam, I think. But this fight is looking really bad for the Dire as of now.
Yeah, even Ibimon does not die.
Yeah.
And I think
he's
they're
used-
waiting for the Dark Portrait. He finds the original PL and he's just gonna go for it. Yeah, the Dark Portrait comes out.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
big
comes,
echo and he
Zip Zap
falls.
has been controlled. Zip Zap will be forced to buyback. This is the win condition right now. They get as soon as they get the kill on the Phantom Lancer, the GGs will be dropped. I don't doubt that at all.
I mean, they still have the cheese on the Spectre. He's just standing tall and strong in front of the PL. They take the racks. They're just gonna go back. They're gonna come back again with all their ults. Oh, Zip Zap.
Oh, Zap going back in with the Fisher Stun blocking it in. Chizzy comes in. He finds the real one. He's been bashed. They get the silence off on the real PL. He uses Manta to get dispel it. Going onto Shizzy.
Shizzy
but
gets
it's
back.
just so much
Ravage in
people-
20 seconds.
I just feel like he shouldn't have ravaged when he died, and this
Zip
fight
Zap.
wouldn't have gone that bad. If Zip Zap dies here, he pops the Satanic. He's healing, trying to heal back.
Oh, he
the fear pushes
dies.
him back. It's GG. I think it's GG.
The well played comes out. I think he's gonna die.
I think they're gonna call. I think they're gonna call right after it. It's a BO1, so I don't think they really want to call it. But
Yeah.
I think they know it's over.
Yeah, it's over. It's over, guys.
Over.
I mean, it seems a little bit rough with the start that they had, but you know that you're going against a Spectre, so
That's. You're always on a timer against the Spectre, aren't you?
yeah.
But I would not take anything away from Shizzy and his co-op in this game.
Yeah, props to Nile Esports. This game was very even for a very
But-
long time. GG's being called out.
Very close game. 26 kills going on to Shizzy and 0 deaths with 10 assists. If you want your MVP, I'm not even gonna wait for a vote. I'm giving it to Shizzy right there.
Yeah, I mean, Shizzy played out of his mind.
He did.
Like, he had a lot of impact. I was a little skeptical about when he TP top and he blinked to kill the courier, but I think he did pretty well all in all. He controlled a lot of team fights. He bursted down heroes left, right, and center. He managed to push out waves when they had Aegis, and like, I can't tip him right here, but
Look at the physical. Look at the damage done by Co-op, man. 45k. Yikes.
that's a big oof. That's a big oof.
That's a big oof. Oof.
I'm just gonna go over the graphs, and we can see till 30 minutes it was like pretty much even, right? And then some things happen. They catch the Void Spirit. Shizzy is doing his stuff, and yeah, Titan
But
Esports.
I would also like to think. I don't think the Void Spirit had as good a game as he would have wanted. But then again, you put a Void Spirit against a co-op in a lane, right? So
Yeah, it's a little hard.
you're
Coming
gonna
out with
get
the
punished.
first pick Void Spirit. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
Anyway, two teams played really well. nothing to be taken away from Nile Esports. They played very well. They played their hearts out. They have another opportunity in the lower bracket. Ninja Titan will be going in the upper bracket second round. So yeah, let's see what happens next. We'll be signing off now, and the next match will be starting soon, guys. Stay tuned.
See you soon.
Go. Go.